Good afternoon. I just want to cover some etymology, meaning the origin of words, with you with regard to the correlation between some English words and some Greek words to ancient Chaldean or Mesopotamian words. And so there's some pretty good examples here, and it's important that we know this because a lot of people don't know where these words come from, and including the people that make dictionaries. For instance, you have this etymology online dictionary. So let me just add in here the word era. You've all heard the word era, which is like a period of time, right? An era. So it says era from Latin era. An epoch comes from Latin, it says. I'm not going to give you the whole rundown. Oh, then they go off on this weird tangent that it comes from brass or copper money or ore. This is all wrong. They don't know where this word comes. Oh, here we go. Other ancient eras include the Chaldean autumn of 311 BC, era of Actium. Oh, they don't know what this means. In English, it originally meant the starting point of an age, meaning system of chronological notation. Okay, so but what is it saying about Chaldea? The Latin word's use in chronology said to have begun in 5th century Spain, where the local era, Hispania, in Hispanic it's Aria, I don't know, began in 38 BCE. Some say this is because of taxes levied that year. Other ancient eras included the Chaldean autumn of 311 BCE, the era of Actium, of Antioch, of Tyre. Yeah, but they're not putting two and two together. Okay, let me tell you what this word means. So do you see they kind of like were going in a direction, but they didn't get there. So the word era comes from Ara, which means the light of the moon. Okay? So era, the English word era comes from the ancient Chaldean word or Mesopotamian word, specifically the Amorite word of Ara, which is the light of the moon. And that's a month. An era is a month, okay? So, we have like, let me explain this to you a little further here. We have in the ancient zodiac, we have some words being used here. We have, now for Scorpio, I'm looking at this is called the Ancient Mesopotamia 101 National Geographic. I pulled this off of a YouTube video, and they show all the different signs of the zodiac, and then with their names, as far as they know what the names were. Right under Scorpio, it lists as Ara Samna, but that's actually two words. That's Ara meaning the month, and Samna the month of Samna. So Ara there means month, but Ara literally means light of the moon. Ar is light. Ar is light. The city of Ur is the city of light. Orion, the O-R in Orion means light. Order comes from Ur, the city of light. Ur, where Abraham is said to have come from, right? The city of Ur. So Ur or Ar means light. In English, we say Or. O-R, Orion. That means light. Now, so Ara is the light Ar of Ah, light of Ah. So it's Ara, moonlight. So a month was called an Ara, an era. You get it? So it's an era. Now, obviously, I just gave you that whole rundown, which if you look at online etymology dictionary, they didn't know any of that. They didn't know any of that. So, they don't know the etymology of these words. Okay, but we're going to continue because there's another important point here when you're looking at the ancient Mesopotamian calendar here. You also find the word Anu used a lot. Okay, now we have the first month, which would be around March. The first month is Nisanu. Now, if you notice, you have the word Anu in there. Nisanu. Anu. I don't know what Nis means there. I haven't looked into it. But Anu is the sky, right? Anu is the sky god, or the heavens are known in ancient, literally the Semitic, which is the Amorite race, the race of Hammurabi, was Anu, was the sky god. Now in Greek, there was a name for the heavens. I don't remember what it was, but then the Greeks changed their name for the heavens later on to Uranus, Uranu. We have a planet called Uranus. That's Ur and Anu. Uranu is the light of Anu. Okay? So we're going back to the old Mesopotamian calendar here. It says the first month is called Nis Anu. Right now we're in the month of May, which is called Sim Anu. I looked up Sim, and they're suggesting that Sim is a reference to Sin, which is the moon god. So it's like the deity associated with this, but zodiologically it's Gemini, the twins. So I don't know. I haven't, is Sim a reference to the moon there, or is it a reference to twins? I don't know the answer to that right now because I haven't looked into it enough. But you can break down the words of the ancient Mesopotamian calendar, and you'll see what they're saying there. So we've got Nis Anu, and in Hebrew, because we've got a Hebrew translation here. I'm looking at Wikipedia. The first month, okay, is Ara Sim. Oh, I'm sorry. The first month of the beginning, in the Babylonian calendar is Ara Nisanu. In Hebrew, it's called Nisan, or Nishan. So another interesting point about that is the Hebrew language is still using the name of a pagan deity, which is Anu, because Nisanu, Ara Nisanu. That's the month of Nis Anu. Does Nis mean the beginning? I don't know. Don't know the answer to that. But Anu, we know what Anu is. Anu is the sky god of Mesopotamia. Let's continue here. What else do we have? The next month, which would be like April into May, is Aru. And that's the zodiac sign of that is Taurus. So Aru. Well, Aru, A-R, once again we see Aru, we see, that suggests light. But I don't know. I don't know that one well enough. But let's continue down this list here. So we've got Ara Simanu. This would be May, the month we're in now. And they're saying that this is associated with Sin as a deity. And this is the month of the zodiac sign of Gemini. You have Ara Dumuzu. You know what? On the Mesopotamian calendar, it calls it Duuzu. In the Hebrew calendar, they call it Tammuz. So in the Hebrew calendar, you have Nisan, Anu, Ayar, Sivan. Once again, we have An. That's Anu. Also, just Anu or An is the name for God in the Mesopotamian calendar, in the Mesopotamian pantheon. Tammuz for Deuzu or Dumuzu. Ra Abu, that's Leo. I'm not going to go too far here. Do we have any other interesting ones? Ra Samnu. Okay, well that's what I want to show you. Well, you also have at the end of the month you've got Ara Sabatu, which is associated with the month of January into February. Because remember, the moon cycle doesn't go exactly with the calendar month, so it corresponds to a calendar month. But this is where you get the word Shabbat from Ara Sabatu. This is the month of Sabatu, the month of rest. Was January. After the winter solstice, that next lunar cycle is considered the month of Sabatu. So we have all these words which are coming from Mesopotamia, and we find them in Hebrew, and we find some of them in English, because we're using the word era to mark time. An era is a period of time. Well, that's clearly from ara. We have the word or in order, O-R, that's the light. That we get that from Ur, the city of Ur. And so that's a very key word, is light. Light in ancient Mesopotamian is Ar or Ur, depending on the race. I think it was probably maybe Sumerians were saying Ur, and then some later Assyrian people were saying Ar. The Hebrews would say Yar for Jerusalem, Jericho. Jericho is really Yarach, basically. Because you have the month of Ara. Well, in Hebrew, it would be the month of Yarach. Yarach. So in the Mesopotamian, it's Ara, and in the Hebrew, it's Yarach. So Jericho, or Jerusalem. So the word light there is very key. And then once again, we have Anu. We have, in English, we have a planet called Uranus. We have which we got from the Greeks, because they called the heavens Uranus, Anu. And they had another name for the heavens before they invaded the Middle East and controlled the Middle East. They had another name for the heavens. I don't recall what it is right now. But you can see they adopted the Mesopotamian word for the heavens, Anu, or Anu, the light of Anu. So that's some of the etymology that is part of the Greek and Roman languages and English languages. And for some reason, it's very strange, but for some reason, whether it's the English Oxford English Dictionary or any other dictionary, I've never found a dictionary that will give you the ancient Mesopotamian origin of these words that are English words that came from Mesopotamia through Greece and through Latin and into German and English, because those exist. We have that existing. And almost every dictionary ends in either Greek or Latin. That's it. It just ends in Greek or Latin. There's no earlier definition. Now that doesn't mean we got all of our words from Greek, from Mesopotamia. We got some of them. You also have the word when you turn. You got the word horizon. Horizon. That's not from Mesopotamia, but that's Egyptian. Have you ever looked in a dictionary under any dictionary and it's got the Egyptian origin of the word you're using? No, why not? Why did it stop with Greek and Latin? That's a very strange thing to do. Is because dictionaries give you the origins of the word, but then they stop. They don't go anywhere beyond Greek or Latin. So you got the word Horus and horizon. Well, Horus is the sun god of Egypt, and you have the sun Set. Well, Set is the god of darkness in Egypt, and Horus and Set were constantly battling each other. So why aren't these words included in these dictionaries? Who's running the dictionary companies? These people are, how many billions of dollars have we spent on universities over the last 100 years? I mean, it must be trillions. Yet they don't know what the origins of these words are? Why not? Why are they so ignorant, is my question. So what else do we have? We have in Egypt the city of On, which is the city of the sun. That was another name for the sun, was On, or the city of the sun, I believe. And so that one, we have the city of the sun, On. That, of course, is like turning a light on. I believe that city came to be called Heliopolis. Not sure, but Helio is another word that we get from Mesopotamia, because it's actually El. Baal and El, the Elohim, the gods of Mesopotamia were called Elohim. So El, or Helio, the Greeks called it Helio. The Assyrians and those other people called it El, which they got from Enlil. Enlil, of course, is the wind god, which breathes the breath of life into Adam to give him life, and blows across the Red Sea to divide it. Right? That's Enlil, Lil, and of course they were known as the Israelites, the Israel, because they had the breath of God in them. Now, I'm giving you all these obvious etymological explanations, but these should really be documented in the dictionary. I mean, I'm making these videos here so that there's some kind of a record of some of these things, but come on, guys. Let's get it together here, okay? Are there any others I'm missing? We've got El, Helio, we've got Anu, we've got Ur, or Or. I don't know what the name of Orion was for the Greeks before they called it Orion. I should look into that too, because that's one thing you'll notice in Greek. Before they invaded the Middle East and Egypt and all those places, they had certain words that they used for, the zodiac signs or for the heavens and different things. But once they invaded, they took some of these new names. I mean, they ruled the world, so that they got the world. They got all this new language too. So they said, well, let's use this word too. And anyway, so that became part of our culture, and people should know something about it, so that we have one. I mean, do you want to have a culture, or do you want to live just like a leaf blowing in the wind? I don't want to get into politics, though, but that's kind of how the world's looking to me right now. So the way to not be like that isn't just not to know words, but to be close to your conscience, which is the divine spark within you, that is your gateway to the Creator within you. So you hold on to that, and then you can decide what kind of future you want to have. I'm getting into another topic. I really should start a whole new YouTube channel about how we can decide on the future we want. Because I can't get into politics, but you know how you have to wait a long time to change leadership? It's like, so then you just sit around waiting, but nothing ever changes. Well, we can change things mentally by changing our minds, because our minds are causing this three-dimensional image called the physical universe. So why don't we change it and do something that we want to do? You see what I mean? Why wait for somebody else to allow us to do something? Let's just make it the way we want right now. Like, we don't have to wait any longer. So I need to have a whole separate channel for that, a whole separate thing to push that vision of let's all think differently about things and make things the way we want them, period. Anyway, so that's going to be the end of this video before I go off on a huge tangent here, which I shouldn't do. So anyway, that's some of the etymology. English comes mostly through German and Greek and Latin. I would say English is really there's probably some original Celtic words mixed with Germanic words and Latin words and English words, and Greek words from Egyptian and Middle Eastern words, because the Greeks ruled everything. They ruled the entire Middle East. So we have a lot of that language in our language, and we need to have some concept of how our language is put together. Okay, that's the end of this video. Take care.